Hey guys, D.Bowie here, and these are the things that I learned with EG.Suma1L playing Medusa. This is probably one of the weirdest mid matchups of the entire tournament. Medusa against Jakiro. Normally, I think that this matchup is fine for both heroes. Jakiro can harass the Medusa a lot, but Medusa can get less hits. In this game though, the DC supports wanted to screw with Suma1L's laning phase. It's clear by the draft alone how greedy EG is playing. They have a Medusa and Svenna's cores with a jungling Beastmaster. And because of that, the Ogre and the Witch Doctor puts a lot of effort in shutting Suma1L down. And because of that, he gets salves through the courier. Pay attention to Suma1L's mana. Even with both supports trying to shut him down, he refused to pop his mana shield. The thing about Medusa is that you really don't want to be out of mana in the beginning of the game. One of the big changes in Medusa is that now you can steal a lot of mana from enemy heroes because the steal is percentage based, which means that preferably you want to pop your shield against more than one hero, lose a little bit of mana, and then heal all back with a well-placed Mystic Snake. Staying without mana in the beginning of the lane is very bad for him, because he won't have mana to spam the Mystic Snake when he has more levels of the skill. Check this clip. Right after popping the salve, the Ogre goes solo against him again, and no mana shields popped. Just a quick little break in the mana shield topic, check Suma1L's stance here. Misery doesn't want him to get near the creeps to get experience, but he can trade hits with Suma1L where he's standing. Instead of just going really far back or just pinging his lane until a support comes to help him, he gets the best trade he can. He just doesn't back off and keeps hitting the Ogre. In this clip he goes for another last hit, and this time it's the Jakiro that starts harassing him. Suma1L waits as much as possible to pop the mana shield. First, because he doesn't want to stay completely out of mana, as I already explained, and also he's trying to make the Jakiro overextend a little bit and maybe take some tower hits, but unfortunately for him, the twin-headed dragon is too strong in the beginning of the game and he just has to pop his mana shield a little bit earlier. Another trade against the Jakiro. No mana shield turned on. Here we see that Suma1L tries to throw a Mystic Snake and get extra mana from the ranged creeps, but fails to do so. Fortunately for him, he almost gets all the mana back, just from hitting the Jakiro. With level 2 Snake, it's way easier for him to do so. Check this out, he gets the full mana back and free harass against the Jakiro. If he just spent all his mana in the beginning, his strength in the lane would be severely hindered later on, so it was better for him to spend gold in some salves and play a little bit far back. Again, we see why he chose to keep his mana up. When both the Jakiro and Ogre start trying to go on him, see how much damage he can do, while actually healing a little bit of his mana. Then he can use his mana shield to reduce a little bit of the damage, but still keep enough mana to throw another Mystic Snake. Despite all his efforts though, he ends up low on mana, and it's completely fine bringing clarities to regen the mana back, since you will usually be able to throw Mystic Snakes for free if you hit at least one intelligence hero and a ranged creep. One of the reasons EG wins this game is that Suma1L completely understood that he was not supposed to win the lane. What EG needed to do was endure the laning phase as much as possible. He didn't have to get a Midas and farm the jungle. He also was not supposed to get lots of last hits. He just respects the late game aspect of the DC lineup and goes back to the fountain, like in this clip. If he wasn't defending mid, farming the jungle for instance, the Jakiro would have gotten the tier 1 tower way before the 10-minute mark. And this mindset can be seen in Medusa's skill build as well, no levels in split shot in the beginning. Even if she went jungle, she wouldn't farm nearly as fast as Radiant would get map control. What she needed to do is just defend mid as much as possible and then get the experience of the creeps that are dying near the tower, and just avoid dying and wait for the Beastmaster and the Sven to come online. And they get a void kill thanks to Universe's ult just a little bit after. One thing a lot of Medusa players forget or don't know is how strong Medusa's ult in teamfights really is, even in the beginning of the game. Usually, until they have several items, they don't even try to join teamfights with it. One of the uses, besides running away with it or increasing EG's physical damage, is nullifying the Chronosphere. If Suma1L pops it at the right time, it's very hard for the Void to effectively use the Chrono. And check the ult's cooldown, way lower than Chronosphere.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
After fighting with his team, he can start farming now that most of Radiant's cooldowns are down, and getting ganked is probably very unlikely. Since Stone Gaze's cooldown is so low, with a little bit of team effort and coordination, they can take a tier 1 tower before DC can actually respond, since Chrono is down. I'm pretty sure that you don't usually want to max your mana shield before the split shot. But in this game, since they only needed to resist DC's push and aggression for enough time until the DC lineup lost their power spike, he decides to avoid playing greedy and just surviving teamfights. Also, with level 2 split shot, he can hit almost every creep in any jungle camp, so it's not like the third point split shot would increase his farming capabilities so much. Something I want to point out that some players might find odd is that he doesn't get the level 2 ult at level 11. The spell doesn't scale really that well. The attack and move speed slow stay the same, as well as the cooldown, mana cost and damage amplification. He gets 1 extra seconds, going from 5 to 6 seconds of gaze duration, which is very bad. Hitting another target with the point in split shot is way more valuable than 1/5 of the original duration of gaze during these crazy teamfights. The first item Suma1L decides to go for, the Dragon Lance, is just an amazing item on any ranged core, besides maybe Muran and Batrider, and it's no surprise it's the first bait item he chooses to get, especially fighting against a Chronosphere. Even if the split shot doesn't increase in distance, the item is very cost effective and good against their lineup, giving him a little bit more attack speed, more durability. And well, it's clear that EG made the right adjustments against the very aggressive and early game centric lineup of Digital Chaos. While Suma1L didn't farm crazily fast during this game, this is definitely not what he needed to succeed. All they needed to do was endure the first maybe 15 minutes, and they did it very well. They still have all their tier 2 towers, and their greedy cores are farming with no fear whatsoever. Check this little trick Suma1L uses to accelerate his farm. It's very minor, but it may help him clear this before more creep spawns, allowing him to farm even faster, or maybe to reach a team fight that happens suddenly a little bit faster as well. One fun thing that I forgot to mention is that Suma1L grabs a Quelling Blade on Medusa, in the same way Fear gets it for the Drow Ranger. Okay guys, this is it for today. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of this replay breakdown, please check my PVGNA affiliate link. If this is your first time in my channel, please subscribe to it. I'm making videos like this every day and I'm sure something here will spark your interest. And if you really like my channel, please check my Patreon rewards and see if any of them are of your liking. Bye. When Fear is sure that the Beastmaster is not going to the lane, he starts doing something very clever. He auto-attacks the creep wave, and this gives him enough time to kill the creep wave and then pull the next creeps to this large camp, and still doesn't miss any less hits from the next enemy creep wave, while also allowing